It took me 3 long years in Australia to finally get this Australian employer sponsorship offer, the road to permanent residency. But to get here, I made mistakes, cost me thousands of dollars, and wasted years of my life. If you are an international student feeling stuck or just guessing your ways towards Australian PR, this is the clarity that I wish I had in 2022. So I am Kylie, and let's save you some time. Here is the truth. Most international students are not failing because they are not trying hard. They are failing because they are stuck. You are studying, you are working, you're doing everything right, but deep down, you're not sure if you are moving closer to the Australian PR or a sponsorship visa, and that was exactly me. Let me tell you my story. Let's rewind to 2022. I landed in Australia full of hope, and I chose to study business management because it aligned with my background. I have background in finance and banking. Even though I knew I wanted to stay in Australia and live here and work here, but I didn't have a strategy for my long-term plan. I just followed the path of least resistance. Fast forward to 2024. I was finishing my graduate degree in business management, hoping to get sponsored as a cafe or restaurant manager, hospitality manager, or general manager. But the reality hit me. That occupation got removed from the occupation list for my situation. And honestly, I didn't have the high-level experience required anyway. I wasn't prepared, so I had a brutal choice. Keep studying a degree that was leading me nowhere, or cut losses and pivot. So I chose to pivot. I switched to a patisserie course, a trade skill that Australia actually needs. And in 2025, I received my first sponsorship offer from my boss, which directly led me toward PR, the dream of every international student who wants to settle in Australia. And here are 4 brutal mistakes that I made so you don't have to. Mistake number 1. International students listen to the agency blindly. You have to make your own decision. You must take ownership of your migration strategy. Migration agents are there to help you with your legal documents. They assist you when needed, not to decide the future for you. You have to do it yourself. Don't be like me. I went to an agency, I gave them my resume and told them my academic background. They recommended me some courses, some degrees that relate with my background, and then I chose the business degree. It was a very general qualification and had a high risk of being removed from the sponsorship list. So before you move forward with your agency, please ask yourself these 3 big questions. Does this occupation align with my personality? Does this occupation align with Australian government needs or skill shortages? And what are the chances of getting sponsored in this occupation? You have to answer these 3 questions very clearly before enrolling in any courses. Any course or degree can take 2 to 4 years of your life. And to be eligible for sponsorship, you usually need at least 12 months full-time experience, which means 24 months part-time for international students. So before you decide, do your own research. This is your future. Mistake number 2, waiting for your opportunity to come. I see many international students around me working jobs that are not related to their field, hoping one day the employer will suddenly sponsor them. But no, it never happens that way. You have to create the opportunities yourself so that if you are studying toward a qualification in a certain niche, you have to find a job under the same occupation so that you can earn hands-on experience and hours on paper. Don't chase higher paid jobs that doesn't serve your future. They might pay you well right now, but they don't move you any closer to PR. And most importantly, be the best in your team. Be someone that your employer can trust, can rely on. You have to work hard, be proactive, and become the key employee in your workplace so that when you graduate, they will proactively find ways to sponsor you. Mistake number 3, staying with the wrong employer for too long. If you're aiming for a sponsored visa like 482, like me, choosing the right employer is critical. Even if you meet all the criteria, but if your employer is not a good boss to tie to, or they doesn't meet the legal sponsorship requirements, it still won't get you anywhere. I was lucky I tied myself with a good boss from day one. I will talk more deeply about this in another video about how to assess your boss to see if they are the right fit for you. Mistake number 4, fear of cutting losses. This was my biggest mistake, and it cost me another year on my PR pathway. In 2024, I had a clear vision of getting PR through employer sponsorship. I did my own research, but found out that my occupation was removed. I was too scared to shift, scared to make decisions that was full of what ifs. What if the new occupation doesn't suit me? If the new occupation gets removed from the list again? I wanted to move closer to PR, but at the same time, I wanted to finish that degree, so I waited for too long until I finally made my decision to switch courses. And here's the lesson that I learned the hard way. If you are on the sinking ship, jump. Sunk cost is real, but a wasted future is worse. Being an international student is already hard, but finding a clear pathway and making the right decisions along the journey is even harder. So that's why I created the checklist for international students to see whether you are on the right track and you are moving closer towards Australian PR. I put them in the description below, so go find it. It's totally free, so you know what you have to focus on at the moment. If you made any of the mistakes that I mentioned, tell me and everyone else in the comments. We're in this together. I'm Kylie and I love you guys. See ya!